Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Boise State versus George Washington college basketball matchup going down Monday, March 31st, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets of games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do so because we have a lot of action lined up this week. We have a full week of Major League Baseball action. We've got NBA on the board, NHL, and as we're going to be talking about, we begin the college basketball crown tournament as well. So make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. We've also got products for those who make big bets and for those with big bankrolls, those looking for more of a VIP experience where you're going to get things like late alert plays, closer to game time, where we're going to track line movement for you, try to get you the best possible number compared to the closing line. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, text the number on the screen for more information, even if it's just to find out if it's right for you. But let's get to this one between George Washington and Boise State. Again, a first-round matchup in the inaugural college basketball crown tournament. Now, the thing you got to keep in mind is there are some teams that have had players hit the transfer portal before this tournament started, but it looks like Boise State and George Washington are two teams that were relatively unscathed by players leaving for the transfer portal, mostly because Boise State's a veteran group that's for a lot of the season played together, or at least a lot of these guys have played together, especially some of their key pieces like Tyson Degenhart, Omar Stanley, Alvaro Cardenas was a transfer in from San Jose State, and he was a key contributor as well. So this is a solid Boise State team. Same thing with George Washington. George Washington, pretty much keeps it in-house. Rafael Castro, Gerald Drumgoole, Darren Buchanan, all back, it looks like. So at least for this postseason tournament. And, this is a fairly younger George Washington team that has a lot of underclassmen. So if George Washington wants to run it back, they can. And I think that's going to, if they do run it back, that's going to make them a team to keep an eye on in the A10 over the next year or two. But as far as this matchup goes, from what I noticed with George Washington is that they didn't really get tested on a neutral floor this season. I mean, they played a few neutral site games, but they lost their only one against a top 100 team in Kansas State. They did beat Illinois State and Louisiana, but when they had to really take the step up in class outside of the conference, they really kind of fell apart, and that was not something that I wanted to see from George Washington. Now, on the other hand, you have a Boise State team that just missed out on the NCAA tournament. They were viewed by many as potentially one of the teams that were on the bubble for the better part of the preseason discussion, or pre-tournament discussion, and almost made the NCAA tournament as well before falling to Colorado State. But I still think that side by side, Boise State is the better team. They have a home win over a top 25 team in Clemson. They have a nice win over St. Mary's. They have a neutral floor wins over South Dakota State, Hampton. They did lose to Boston College. That one's a little bit of an eyesore, but they still played, for my money, the tougher schedule. And when you look at these two teams statistically side by side, I feel that George Washington just not as effective when it comes to their offense. They're just inside the top 300 in terms of three-point shooting. They're 252nd in free throw shooting for a team that probably needs to get to the free throw line to have some success. They're a top 40 team in terms of point dependency by way of free throws. This team needs to get to the foul line, and they need to hit free throws to have offensive success. But George Washington is shooting 70% from the line. Boise State, a fairly disciplined team in terms of not allowing many free throws, and they're great on the glass. I think George Washington's going to have some trouble here. Instead, Boise State, for me, is just a more battle-tested team. They have the better quality wins. They're a great two-point shooting team. They're a solid free throw shooting team. Both these teams are fairly free throw reliant, but Boise State hits their free throws at almost 78% this season. And they're just a much better rebounding team as well. I think those second chances are going to prove to be the difference for Boise State here. I'm going to roll with the Broncos in this one. I'm going to lay the points, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.